You know, life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect it. And while we can't stop accidents from happening, we can absolutely prepare for the financial hit they can cause. Today, we're going to break down how supplemental accident insurance can be a real financial safety net for you and your family, especially for all those little what ifs. All right, let's get into it. Let's be honest, trying to pick the right insurance plan can feel like you're lost in a maze, right? There are so many options, so many confusing terms. It's just, well, it's overwhelming. But what if you had an expert who could just point you in the right direction? And that's exactly where a team like Mills and Associates comes in. They are the experts. They cut right through all that confusion, lay out your options in plain English, and help you find a plan that actually fits your specific needs. Okay, so let's talk about why this is so darn important. Accidents just happen. It could be a slip and fall, a fender bender, or a sports injury. They pop up out of nowhere, and suddenly you're facing a whole bunch of costs that your main health plan, well, it probably won't cover everything. So I want you to ask yourself this tough question. If an accident happened tomorrow, are you really truly prepared for all those out-of-pocket costs? I'm not just talking about the doctor's bill, but everything else that comes with it. Because those costs add up fast. You've got your health insurance deductible, copays for every single visit, maybe lost wages because you can't work. And what about the everyday stuff? You might need to pay for childcare or get help with a lawn or even just transportation to your appointments. It's a snowball effect. And this, right here, is where accident insurance is a total game changer. It's designed to give you cash to handle exactly these kinds of expenses. And to really show you how it works, let's just walk through a real-life example. So let's meet Charlie. He was just having a normal day, like any of us, until he got into a car accident. And it wasn't minor. He had some pretty serious injuries that kicked off a long chain of medical care. Charlie's journey back to health was a lot. It started with the ambulance ride, then the ER for a bad cut. An x-ray showed he'd actually fractured his tibia, his leg bone. That meant a 2-day hospital stay for surgery, and of course, weeks and weeks of follow-up visits. You can just imagine, every single one of these steps has a price tag. So, after all that, what did it mean for Charlie's wallet? Well, his Cigna Choice Accident Preferred policy paid him, directly, a cash benefit of $4,840. That's a huge deal. It shows you exactly what this coverage can do when you really need it. And here is the absolute most important part, you guys. That money went directly to Charlie. In cash. Not to the hospital, not to the doctors. It went straight into his bank account, and he could use it for whatever he wanted. No strings attached. And this is just fantastic. Of course, he used it to pay his health insurance deductible and those annoying copays. But he also used it for life. He hired someone to mow the lawn because he couldn't, and even got a dog walker. It helped him cover the gaps in his life, not just the medical bills. Okay, so Charlie's story really shows you the why. Now, let's dig into the what. Cigna has different levels of coverage, so you can actually pick a plan that makes sense for your family, and, this is key, for your budget. Basically, you've got 3 tiers. There's the core plan, which gives you a really solid, essential level of protection. Then you move up to preferred, that's the one Charlie had, and premier. These just offer higher cash benefits for more complete coverage. Let's look at some actual numbers so you can see what I mean. For that initial emergency care, you can see how the benefits get bigger with each plan. An ambulance ride pays $250 on the core plan, but that jumps all the way to $750 on Premier. Same with hospital stay. It goes from $1,000 all the way up to $2,000. And it's the same deal for specific injuries. A concussion gets you a set cash amount that grows with each tier. But for something really serious, like a bad fracture, the payout can get pretty big, climbing all the way up to $6,000 with the Premier plan. You really get to decide how big you want your financial safety net to be. So we've seen how it works in the real world and what it covers. Let's do a super quick recap of the best features, and then we'll talk about the most important part, how you find the perfect plan for you. Just remember these key things. The money is paid in cash, directly to you. You don't need a medical exam to get it. You can go to any doctor or hospital you want. Total freedom. Plus, you're covered anywhere in the world. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's a powerful way to protect yourself. And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? With these different options, how in the world do you figure out if core, preferred, or premier is the right choice for your family, for your budget? How do you make that call? Well, the best part is you don't have to figure it out on your own. This is where you call in the experts, like the fantastic team at Mills and Associates. They'll sit down with you, listen to your situation, and help you find the absolute perfect fit. They take all the guesswork out of it so you can have peace of mind knowing your family has that financial safety net ready to go. All their info is right here so you can get that conversation started.